always the fun part of the podcast.
Waiting for the queue.
What queue?
The queue to start the dia.log Gamer Matters podcast.
Oh, I know why there's been no queue yet. I'm still wearing pants. Pants are officially off. Begin the podcast.
And go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. The pants are still a thing. So
Yeah.
and we are now in episode 24.
24, like a shitty series starring Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, SO2 EO2 if you like to keep count on the season 2 episode count. And
If you're watching this on Kiss Anime, it's SO2 EO2.
make sure you got the correct subs on there. And
Mhm.
let's introduce okay. Let's introduce the panel.
Oh no.
We have one Amirul, Wams, hello.
Go ahead.
We have Daniel, hello.
Hello.
Right now we should have Anan, but he's not here right now. He's here in spirit. For sure. We'll hear from him soon.
Yeah.
We'll hear from him soon. But how can we continue the podcast? You're always the life and soul of the podcast. So how are we gonna? What are we gonna do?
That's why we must have his spirit at all costs. Do not turn him into a nobody.
Mm-hmm.
That might piss some Kingdom Hearts fans for not getting the law correct, but I don't care. I am Amirul Blackross
Yeah,
Ashraf in
listen.
case.
Listen, Kingdom Hearts doesn't get the Kingdom Hearts law correct, so
Yeah.
Apologies ahead of time. I'm still watching through for the third time the PCP 101 lecture on Kingdom Hearts. That 3-hour lecture. I'm not kidding. There's a 3-hour lecture of Kingdom Hearts law.
Oh, will there be an exam after that?
Oh boy, I wish.
yeah, there's also a practical assessment.
Yeah.
There's a reason why I have to take that lesson 3 times. It's not good. It's not a good experience.
The finals are killer.
Ah.
As much I'm driving, you failed that part, so you have to resit.
Man. So yeah.
Before we start on with our weeks, we should point out topical. Chinese New Year is coming up,
Yeah.
and seeing as how this podcast is entirely made of Malay men, none of us actually celebrate it. So I don't think anyone's going out of town for this.
Nope.
No,
But
not really.
I did bring up something interesting. Because we work in the news, right? So we have to report on things that happen as they happen. But you know what makes that easier? Knowing the future. So I've pulled up Zodiac predictions for the year.
Oh boy.
Here we go. The juicy
Okay,
stuff.
everyone, give me your Chinese Zodiac. Starting with you, Meck.
It's monkey.
Monkey. The Zodiac monkey. In the Chinese 5-element theory, monkey is male metal and contains some water. Male metal is connected to axe. Okay, no.
What?
I should have vetted this.
Our
Okay.
intros are getting better and better.
It's a good time for learning, training, and educating job skills. To learn something new and prepare for the future opportunity, it's a good approach for your career development.
Yeah, I'm training to be a professional shit poster right now and then.
Ooh.
You got some competition though. I heard Najib's like doing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard some
Well.
good market value right now for professional shit posters. And maybe some video content. Who knows what happened with Gamer Matters in the nearest future.
Wealth. Actually, you need to use your talent, imagination, creativity, and hard working to create your own money-making opportunity. This
Well,
is because
Oh.
industrious and diligent people have pretty good money luck. Lazy people have limited money luck. Also, risky investment might cause money loss.
I mean,
Alright.
those are all general information, but some of them hit close to home.
So Mac,
Consider,
it's a no
considering
go then for the. Yeah lah. So that means it's a no go for that Ace Combat apa Horrifly stick there.
we'll postpone to 2022 about that
Ah.
until we get gamer methods registered for tax reasons. Okay,
If you are
next.
male, if you are male, wood represents your wife or girlfriend. If you are a single gentleman, you have good chance to meet your companion. You can attend more social events, care people's activities, express your concern, and then soon you will find your ideal girl. If you are in love, you need to express more caring on your lover. Don't rush your marriage. Mech, don't rush your marriage.
Remind me to
Just
not
2022 then.
mention any woman that I might have encountered on the podcast. So I might not be exposed to be not to avoid being exposed on stream or something.
If you are married, then you probably will focus on family financial status. Your spouse might focus. General fortune. When monkey meets pig, you better keep a low profile with modest behavior and humble attitude. Financial investment should be conservative and prudent. Constantly learn lucrative skills or wait for the next best opportunity. Okay. Daniel.
Rat.
You are a rat. Where's the rat? Rat's at the top, yeah.
Ooh.
We're rat.
Yeah. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
Skavens.
I'm just gonna go through wealth, love, and general because there's a lot of stuff here. The water of the pig represents your relatives, colleagues, classmates, friends, or business partners. Since you don't have good luck in money, don't loan money to your relatives and friends.
Okay. Duly noted.
Don't do risky investment without diligent homework. Otherwise, your money will never return, just like a stone sinks into the ocean.
So Daniel, do not if we have to put some money on, I will make note of this.
So no more Fallout 76 too then. Okay.
No.
If you are a gentleman, fire represents your girlfriend or wife. If you are a lady, a representative. That means you need more time to find a happy and harmonic relationship. Your love relationship is quiet and fair. If you are in love or married, you shouldn't attend too many social entertainments and then sacrifice time with your lover. You need to treasure your precious and valuable relationship because you're gonna go bankrupt, evidently. You need to express your and general fortune. Career luck is fair. You might have more monthly expenses than before. You cannot save too much money. Fire gives you better money luck. Sunshine brings you good health.
I'm gonna be broke this year.
Yeah, evidently so. Anan, what's your?
Allah,
Anan?
we have to summon the spirit of Anan for now.
I'm here.
Okay. He's somewhere here.
What's your
Okay.
Chinese Zodiac, Anan?
I don't believe in this shit, but yeah, just for fun. Okay, I'm 24 this year. Guess what it is.
Oh, so pig 24 you're a pig Okay, let's see.
One shot and he's down. Okay.
Water pig contains water and wood without fire. You don't have significant money making opportunity during this time. You need extra energy and time to earn extra income. Fire is hard to survive in the water environment of two pigs. Both pigs will compete to own the money of fire. That's a sign of robbery, overspending, or money loss. You need to carefully invest your money. You can ask people born in the year of the horse to help your money management.
So less money for
I don't
the
have money.
for the pot.
I don't have money right now.
I mean, we all are. We all don't have money. The
If
state
you are
of us.
single and looking for love, then you will see your competitors out there. You need extra courage and creativity to show your sense of humor and cordial attitude to the potential companion. You'll have better chance to meet your ideal soulmate by attending outdoor social events. Habesa.
Fuck
You can
this.
try your love on people born in the year of the horse or the
Alright.
tiger. And finally, Pig meets its gang with many similarities. They have the same target. We don't know whether they are partners or competitors. Carefully dealing with people, relationship, and diligently managing your money investment is the top priority. This this is this is the year that GM like goes super like bankrupt.
Yep.
Either we go or we go come out on top, or we going downhill from here. There's no either or.
Well, for mine, therefore, you have good money making opportunity. Water pig makes tree grow. If you want extra income, you need to intelligently express your idea and show your talents to people. Yeah, like getting on BFM by just asking to be. Gold is hard to find falling down to the ocean. You need to carefully manage your investment. Holy shit, we're all gonna. Apparently, we're all. If you are a single male, the wood represents your girlfriend or wife. You have a good chance to meet your girl. You should attend more social events. If you are sincerely and energetically looking for love, you will find your ideal lady. Sure.
Mhm.
Pig tramples on harvested fruits. Take care of your businesses to your business needs to make a quick decision. Doubt, uncertainty, and sluggishness, and slow response will cause money loss. And that's our horoscope for the year. Apparently, we're all broke.
Yes. As expected.
So, seeing as our time is
According to
limited
Keikaku.
for
What again?
What, Anan?
Keikaku.
Keikaku. All according to Keikaku.
Oh
Translated,
no.
but Keikaku means plan. So what's everyone been doing this week? It's been a whole 2 weeks since I've
boy.
seen all of you.
So
No, it's
who
We
wants
met
to
last week.
start? Yeah.
Yeah, we did meet last week.
Oh yeah, we did meet last week. Aside from Anan, we have our AGM, our annual grand makan, or annual grand meeting, or annual gamer Melayu Gamer Matters meeting. You can make a lot of puns from the AGM.
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 It is on brand. I'm sticking with those things. Yeah, we did some business in real life, and also apparently played a demo at some kiosks because that's what we
Uh-huh.
do with no money. That's how we got opinions about steering wheels and upcoming betas.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess Meck, you can start with what you've been up to.
So apparently, the last 2 weeks there have been a trifecta of demos slash betas. We had God Eater 3, Resident Evil 2 one-shot demo, and Dead or Alive 6. I downloaded all 3. I only touched God Eater 3, unfortunately. Because of I really want to know what happened to God Eater 3 with the new developers and with it being a full console release this time. Console and it's coming to PS4 and PC. I've did a first impression on that. I think it's really good. They made some good changes from the formula. They streamlined it a lot. But it's still God Eater at the end of the day. It's still anime. It's still sort of meshy Monster Hunter, but it's less meshy. But yeah, you should check it out.
Is the girl wearing clothes yet?
The one girl in the party that's in the demo is dressed how you say it? Is well dressed. Maybe well down, but well dressed. But apparently in the storyline there's a lolly, so no.
Yes.
There's a
Meck
lolly.
strikes again. That Meck strikes again.
It's even worse. It's a full lolly.
Ooh.
It's even worse. That's the God of War. That's God Eater 3.
God of War 3.
Apparently, why I didn't touch the other 2 demos. I spent too much time on the PS Plus game for the month, The Division. Tom Clancy's The Division.
Tom Clancy Bullet Sponge Enemies 2.
Sure.
Yeah, it's free on PS Plus. Did you have to queue in line to talk to the NPCs?
one thing, it's free on PS Plus for Asia. This is Asia first, so yeah, props to
Asia first.
PlayStation Asia for that. And two, no queues in the game, but there were queues for getting into the servers. Because as you expect, when the game's gone free, there is an influx of new players, and boy, if you were logging on day one when the client was released, you keep on getting error delta or something like that because
Delta 2, whatever.
the division is well alive and it almost broke the servers.
Ubisoft already sold half the servers.
How come not so many people playing this game now?
But one thing for sure is that how do you say it? One thing is a looter shooter RPG is one of those games you can lump it up into the bucket of the Destinies, the Borderlands, and the upcoming Anthem into that same bucket. Warframe is one tier higher. Let's just say that it's similar bucket, but it's one tier higher. It's on top. But that's
That's because loot isn't randomly generated in Warframe. That's why you don't get loot from killing things. You get parts, and then you build.
Back to Division. The Division. One thing I like about the Division is just the whole setup. The setup is just great to see in motion. In terms of there's a Black Friday sale. Oh, someone engineered a virus. Oh, almost half of the population is dead, and now chaos is everyone is already rioting, chaos, and now we have to the government have to activate sleeper agents to take over the city and re-establish the government. It's a stupid idea, but I think I like it because the end of the result is the world looks pretty gorgeous despite it being a post-apocalypse. It's winter, it's in New York, there's trash everywhere, cars have doors open that you can close. The weather actually kicks in, and then it actually makes the AI also cannot aim correctly because it was stormy weather, you can't see anything. And then the whole layout is it's tight, neat, and it doesn't even know you can see some of the reused assets because of course Ubisoft game open world, you can always expect that. But despite all of that, the layout itself is interesting to just journey alone. Okay, you are just one guy in this one instance, so you can just roam around, go into some people's apartment, loot, open refrigerators for loot and stuff like that. But the whole place is it's just atmospheric, man. It looks good. It feels good. And the day-night cycle. But now the problem kicks in because the whole thing is this is a Tom Clancy game, and when you say Tom Clancy game is realistic, and for a looter shooter that means you only get realistic loot. So you're not getting like for fancy armor. Now you just get like a bonbon head scarf or something like that in different colors, a pom-pom header beanie. Or
shotgun.
Or maybe like, you know what, the cosmetics are terrible, seriously. I played like the 7 hours until I get a different shade of shirt. Not even a different kind, a different shade, and doesn't look anything different. It's terrible. And apparently post game they actually put on loot boxes for cosmetics. It's already buried in the game, so yeah, I mean it's basically optional lah. But it's there, and what they offered is also what is the word here? Offensive, because I'm just getting different boots that looks kind of cool, but I would prefer the regular boots that are not rare for some reason.
I mean, that's the problem, right? You have a loot system when your art direction is anti-loot.
That's why for me the division is very divisive. And on that note, as compared to all the looter shooters in the bucket, the division is a third person cover based pop and stop shooter. So I still admire the developers for somehow they managed to make every location in the game, even from the linear missions to the just like the open world itself, filled with covers, and everywhere you can expect like at least some good combat going to happen. And when it works, it works. It's fun. But then the other point, because this is an RPG, it's a bullet sponge of a shooter, man. You need to I have to empty a full clip of light machine gun ammo just to kill one dude in armor.
To be fair, I think I know why. You said the plot of the Division takes place on a Black Friday sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
These are the people who will survive natural selection. The people who go to Black Friday sales. They are hardened.
I mean, sure, you got that right because these guys are basically the survivors of a viral infection. So yeah, they are very hardened.
And they go for Black Friday sales. They are new types. They are fucking new types, and they cannot be killed by paltry gunfire.
In the world, in the post-apocalypse world of the Division, Black Friday has made bullet sponges real. They are literal bullet sponges.
Oh.
But yeah, and even the abilities you get, like, oh, we have like 3 branches or skills, right? All of them are barely interesting. Like even the support, the medic line of 3, right? They have like 3 skills. 3 of them just heal you in a very different just it's just a minor tweak of doing healing. It's not even isn't even very interesting or game changing all that. And I had analysis paralysis not because of, oh, what kind of cool ability I want to put. It's more like, so what's better than this again? Why is this the same? I see no advantage of taking one or another. I don't know what playstyle I want to do.
This
Man.
actually makes me kind of mad because it's a Tom Clancy game, right? It sounds like it was probably a really good single player game at first, and then they were like, live service, and then turned it into a shitty Destiny clone.
But that's where I want to stop you because one of the biggest best things in the Division is the Dark Zone. The Dark Zone is essentially a no man's land. You can have PvP, PvE in there, and you can have PvP in there. It's a high risk, high reward area. There is good loot to be had there, but you need to extract it in a specific way by way of calling in a helicopter, shooting a flare, wait for the helicopter. When the helicopter throws down a rope, put your loot there, and then wait for extraction. And then you can claim your loot. And that's where the interaction happens. Sometimes you will be matched with other players. Some other players might be just like solo players that will just stick around and hopefully benefit from all the shenanigans that are happening. Some are going rogue, as they say, which basically they engage in PvP. If they see another player, they'll shoot on sight, and you too have to shoot them on sight for rewards.
Oh, the dumbasses.
And also there are betrayals that can happen. So when you put your loot on the helicopter, as in there's a tie rope there, you tie your loot on that rope, you can sabotage that extraction to claim all the loot for yourself, but you have to survive the attack because everyone will gang up on you. So apparently me and Daniel, we tried some dark zone shenanigans, and somehow we met a party of 4 clueless dudes. And they were just clueless because they went to the prompt and I guess they pressed the prompt, and then we can hear voice chat laughing. Oh, why you do this? Why you do this? And then everyone on the side, without batting an eye, shoot them all. Like 4 of the dudes die on sight because of the stupid thing of, oh, we didn't know that we accidentally claimed the loot for ourselves, and now we dead.
To give
Do
you
you
a
get the
visual
loot back when you do that?
impression,
No, you
What?
have to do a corpse run to claim it, or you lose it forever.
yeah.
So you were saying, Daniel, sorry?
And I was saying that to give you a visualization of what happened to those guys. Remember the John Wick poster, the John Wick 2 poster, where everyone is pointing the gun at him?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what those 4 dudes did. Everyone was pointing their gun at them.
Well, that's how it is on this bitch of an earth.
Oh boy, now I have to put that Luigi picture as well. But yeah,
Yeah.
the Dark Zone single-handedly justify why the game has to have multiplayer. But the rest of the package is divisive. I'm not saying it's middling because there are some good high moments, but then there are some questionable design decisions. Why you have to do this? Why?
I
So
feel like if they had gone same premise, like mechanically keep it the same, tapi just went the Dead Rising route, where like make the loot silly stuff, that would have been great. That would have made for a great game.
yeah, just ditch the Tom Clancy name out of respect because you can put this as a different IP and just go crazy. I'm totally down with that. It's just
Can you
that
imagine like you you say that you killed 4 people because they claimed your blender for themselves?
Yeah.
yes, that will be much worth than some generic shotgun that you might have just trash away because it's low level already by the time you claim it. Uh but yeah,
That would be great.
that's the Division. But somehow, because of my playtime with the Division, I was curious enough to check a look on what the Division 2 is doing. I think that's going to be an okay sequel to what the Division have. But the problem is, the world is set in summer of Washington DC. Doesn't have that charm of winter apocalypse or something like that, right? So
Mm.
most of my time I endure the division is because of the world design. So now you're putting a drag Washington DC, which just reminds me of Fallout 3 for some reason. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to beat the bullet.
Like armor. There's armor in Division 2.
I'm still not sold because also for one reason or another, this is a news piece, but I just want to mention it right now because we want to save time. Because also the Division 2 is coming to PC, but it's only coming to the Epic Game Store for some reason, and it's not all Ubisoft games. I checked that recently. Far Cry New Dawn that's still coming to Steam, so it's not like a publisher-wide deal to change to Epic Game Store. It's just that game. For some reason, Epic wants
It's
that game.
inevitably when the game underperforms, they can blame it on the fact that they diverged from Steam. They'll
But
be
they're
like,
selling it
Lord
on the,
Gaben,
but the
forgive
problem is
us.
they're also selling it on the Ubisoft store as well.
Yeah, they still
Their
on it on
own
Who
Uplay lah.
cares
stuff.
about the Ubisoft store? No one cares about the
You have to
Ubisoft
sign in
store.
before you can play the damn games. I
Now
know I've owned like a lot of PC games there.
I want to see if you have to sign into Uplay if you buy it on Epic Game Store. It'll just be
You have
stupid.
to. You have to juga. I know Ubisoft. They're dumb. They're that dumb.
It's
Sorry.
when you buy what you buy from the Epic Game Store is just a notepad file with a hyperlink to the Ubisoft store.
Please enter this key into the Uplay server.
Just a key and a hyperlink. God damn. So what I'm saying is that the Division is very, for me personally, it's a divisive experience. I love bits of it, I hated bits of it. And yeah, that's why I didn't play Dead or Alive and what is that? Resident Evil 2. I'm not sure if I regret or not about that decision.
Mm.
So let's move
Well,
on.
I can tell you about Dead or Alive 6 because I played that.
Ooh.
First of all, like purely as a demo, it sucks.
Sure.
Because it's a fighting game. It's a fighting game. It was a free weekend demo. So I was like, because I played a bit of DOA 5, not enough to figure out how the game works, but I spent money on it because I had to buy Marie Rose and Honkers. So my friend was like, "Oh yeah, let's go try Dead or Alive 6." Turns out only online ranked. You can only play online ranked. You cannot play split screen for the demo. I mean, it's not. But yeah, so you can only play online ranked, and there's only like I think 4 characters. You had Kasumi, Ayane, some dude who looked like Travis Touchdown, and I think no, I don't think Ryu. I don't remember. I didn't play very much.
Hayate,
Ah, it was
Hayabusa.
Hayate.
I'm just putting names.
I think it was Hayate. I can't remember because I only played like one game with Ayane. The game looks great. You can customize your characters. Like they had kind of like the Killer Instinct style customization going on.
Yeah, I've
So
looked at
you can.
something like Tekken 7 as well. So it's a fighting game standard now. So yeah, good.
Yep. The characters look cool. I can't remember too much about the combat, but the combat system seems to work pretty well. Didn't get again. I couldn't go very in depth because I had to play online. Couldn't even load a fucking training room.
Oh, not even training room.
Geram.
Oh,
Geram. And then
it reminds me of Soul Calibur 6. I think it's the same experience. We only just the online mode, no training, no split screen, nothing. I think I tried it once, load it, wait for a match, didn't get a match, uninstall.
yep.
And
then-
I wanted to like that.
To further taunt me, they show you the whole roster, even though you can only select like 4 of them.
Hmm?
And like who is sitting at the bottom of the roster? Like all 3 of them clumped together. Then other than Marie Rose, Honoka, and Takkan Melayu Hilang di Dunia Ini Nico.
Mm,
Just like god damn it. Like I feel like if you're gonna make it online only, just unlock the roster. Like let everyone play as their waifus. That's how you if you really care about stress testing the server, let me play as Nico. And I will stress test that server for you as I learn how to play her. But yeah, so that was Dead or Alive 6. We also had the Jump Force beta, and Meck mentioned we went to Digital Mall, like all of us went to Digital Mall, and they had a PS4 that was logged into the Jump Force demo. Played that. That's not a great game. That's a
it's
That's
the
a
most
rough
buggiest
game.
thing I've seen.
It's buggy, it's ugly, it's I have to say one cool thing though is how you build meter in that game is you have to stand still and press the charge button. Like you know how in Dragon Ball, like they all go like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Every character has to do that. It's it's actually kind of a cool idea because now you have to play a bit defensively if you want to charge your meter. You have to like, okay, I have created some distance, now I can charge. I think I was playing on like stupid AI difficulty because I had no problem getting to max charge. This game had a decent roster selection, by the way, like from the demo, the playable characters you could play. You couldn't play as Deku from My Hero Academia. You couldn't play as Yugi, and which why bother anymore if I can't play as Yugi? But you could play as Boruto's dad. You could play as Boruto's dad's husband who gets choked against the wall a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could play as samurai created by a pedophile.
Oh
And
god
you could
damn!
also-
Oh, the deepest of guts. Oh.
Couldn't do that with Kenshin's sword because he has a reversed blade. That's a Rurouni Kenshin reference there.
The reaction speaks a lot on our knowledge about it. Just enough, but not.
Yeah, so I played as Kenshin, Kenshiro, and I think it was Zoro. I never fucking used Zoro. I was just like, I want to play as Kenshiro. I want to go, and I did. But yeah, the game does not play good. The game is very rough. Controls do not feel good. The game, the models in the game used like the default Unreal shader.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's so bad.
No, I've
Oh,
never
God.
been a fan of that aesthetic, and I never will be. That's if you are keeping tracking, that's an anti-aesthetic from my book. No, not like that. Anime, realistic
what?
anime, no.
You know what it makes it look like? If you go to like claw machines in Japan and stuff, they have like the prize figures.
Mhm.
And because you essentially win them for much cheaper than they actually cost to make. So they're not always like the highest quality. They look like that. Everyone looks like a prize figure because of the realistic shading, but sticking to the art style. On the plus side though, this should have been in the news, but whatever. They accidentally leaked 2 more characters for Jump Force. Considering the game comes out next month, that's actually pretty interesting that they were keeping secrets. We get a JoJo. There's a JoJo in Jump Force,
Oh my god. Because
but he's not part one. But he's not part one JoJo because part one JoJo is basically Kenshiro.
I was thinking about the overlap already. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's part 3 JoJo because he has a stand and let's face it, he's the hottest JoJo.
Stand. The charge up is basically a stand.
So
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's Jump
Mm.
Force. Now you may be thinking, I've just said 2 games. I've just complained about 2 games. I must be void of happiness in my life. Wrong. I played Mech City Brawl. That was a great game.
Override Mech City Brawl.
I keep forgetting that it's called Override. Like I keep typing Mech City Brawl, be like, why is it not in the alphabetical order?
I still question why Override is the first name because Mech City Brawl is strong. It's a worthy of a title rather than a subtitle, but sure.
I guess
Override Mech
because
City
they
Brawl.
wanted Override to be the shorthand, I guess. My only complaint about this is that they locked some features over the free weekend. And I don't know how whether this problem is fixed in the full version of the game or not. But I don't know how I created my own lobby. My friend and I were trying to play with each other because for those of you who don't know, it's a game where it's a giant robot fighting game where you can split control of the robot among multiple players.
Power Rangers
Oh.
Megazord, let's go!
Exactly. So you have like 2 punches and 2 kicks, so you can split it up to 4 players.
One for each
Like,
limb. No. I
One
think
each yeah, it's one.
yeah, one for left. Oh yeah, sure, yeah. It's
Yeah.
cute.
So my friend and I were like, well shit, we have to like pilot a robot together, right? And we kept joining lobbies, like trying to join at the same time, and we just never could until finally I whined the entire way, like, oh god, this sucks. Why can't we just and suddenly I got my own lobby. So don't know how I pulled that off, but once I had my own lobby, then the game got fun.
Mm.
It's really good. Like it's a weird game. Again, because we played like 2 of us controlling one robot. So we're running around. My friend was the legs, I was the arms. We're chasing this one dude. Also online only because yeah, fuck whatever. There were like 5 people playing online that night. By the way, I was constantly in the room with the same people over and over.
Wondered over
But yeah,
what game?
Yeah, it was fun. My favorite thing is it's one of those things where it's only fun because we play with friends. Like I can't imagine taking it seriously as a fighting game. Like that would be very stressful.
I mean, just look at the animations, man. The punches, the kicks. You don't do combo here. You just whack. You just punch like a toy mech, and you just extend the arm. Pam, pam, pam. It's silly like that.
That's literally it. Like because to stop you from spamming, you have like an overheat meter. So we were like chasing after this one dude. Our friends were like, okay, we got him in the corner. I was like, don't worry, I got this. Oh no. Just start like hammering the 2 punch buttons. And he's like, you idiot, you're overheating the mech. And suddenly like the robot just like stops halfway because we've overheated the mech. And he's like, no, like don't go for the aura. But yeah, it's got a very interesting catch-up mechanic too, because you only get your super when you're low on health.
Interesting.
Desperation attack then.
Yeah,
Uh.
essentially, yeah. And some of the mechs are really cool. Some of them are not. One of them's a fish Zangief.
Oh, that one. I mean, it's
But
clear
yeah.
the inspirations are some of them like anime style
He's-
robots, some of them are literally like what's like Godzilla or something. I think there's some
Yeah,
other
there's a
reference.
Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, Mecha
There's a Mecha
Godzilla.
Godzilla. There's a magical girl. She's basically Platinum the Trinity from Blaze Blue. Like, even her super is that she summons a staff and spins around like a top. I'm like, God fucking damn it, it's Platinum the Trinity. No game is safe. She will invade all your games. But yeah. Mech City Brawl. If it goes on sale again, I may consider. No, wait, no. I'll only get it on PS4 just because PC, my computer is having issues right now, and I don't know how much I can trust it to play games.
Hmm.
But yeah, so that's Mech City Brawl. Of the three games I previewed, that's definitely the best. Again, I need to reiterate. I don't hate Dead or Alive 6. I just hated the demo. I think Dead or Alive 6 is going to be a great game because it's going to have the Holy Trinity.
Oh boy, I've already pictured the thumbnail.
Can it be Marie Rose fighting a giant robot? That would be great. And then
Mm.
and then like Boruto's dad dead on the ground or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, the other thing, video games adjacent. I went to Toys R Us yesterday because I do that sometimes. I like going to Toys R Us and looking at for toys and stuff.
Same.
The new Lego Overwatch figures are out, and fuck Blizzard, like fuck Blizzard.
How much?
Holy shit!
I
They
know the
are
price will be crazy.
overpriced. They are overpriced as shit. There's this one set, right? It's you get Tracer, you get Widowmaker minifigures, and the tiny payload from Gibraltar, I think, the one where it's a ship. It's like it looks like a. So that tiny payload, that's $80.
Yep, standard pricing for Lego, I guess. Sounds like it.
It's licensed Lego pricing because normal Lego, like, holy shit! Like, the Bastion figure, which is like the most complex figure out of all of them. It's like a bigger figure. It's not to scale with the minifigures, but that one is like $300, and I'm like, what the shit?
I was expecting 200, but 300, yeah, that's too much.
So you can buy a Bugatti with Lego with 300.
Yeah.
The Bugatti. That's a much more fun build. The lacing on the body, man.
It probably is. Lego figures, man, they are like the weirdest ones are always the best builds. Like cars and buildings are also really, really, really calming to build. They announced a Reinhardt and Diva figure as well. I think to scale with the Bastion. But if 300 is just for the Bastion, I'm just like,
yeah, no.
I think Lego is generally that price. I think
licensed Lego. Whenever they have a
Lego.
license, that's when it gets.
I mean, a small kit is already like $30-40, like small car. I think
Oh
that's
yeah,
reasonable enough.
The Lego
For
kiddies,
Lego.
whatever.
Ninjago says 80 ringgit around there. I remember. I
Yeah,
remember.
that's reasonable. And it transforms.
Yeah,
That's a good
Transformers
thing.
one, the 3-in-1. Like what? $50?
I don't know.
I have the T-Rex one actually. The Lego Creator T-Rex. It's not a bad build. Not a bad build.
Yeah.
But yeah. So and the hate for Blizzard just kind of, this one's not entirely Blizzard's fault. But then Blizzard also announced an Overwatch skin design contest. You design a skin for your favorite hero or whatever. And it's like, first of all, like it's among the artist community, it's a very debated issue of whether all these like skin design contests are good, because you're essentially saying, hey, can you do the work of a designer but for like free?
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
Oof.
So that's shady enough, right? According to my friend, apparently the prize for a new skin in Overwatch, and remember, skins in Overwatch are a big deal because they come in loot boxes and cannot be purchased unless you have gold, which you also only get from loot boxes. So think every skin inherently generates profit. How much are they going to pay you for this? 80 USD in credit for Battle.net.
Oh no,
Ah
come on lah.
no. Come
Come on
on.
lah.
Just give us $80 in cash.
I don't even understand why 80. That's not like, you could have at least gone 100. At least it's a nice
Yeah.
number, right?
At
Yeah.
least pay something like a freelancer would get for illustration purposes. Some sort of at least that price range or something like that. It's
Mm.
80. That's too little for that sort of effort.
80 diesel
Yeah.
bucks.
80 Kaplan bucks.
Captain Buck.
Jeff Bucks. We call
Jeff
it
Bucks.
Jeff
God damn
bucks. Not applicable for Mercy.
Can you what's the currency trade for Jeff Bucks to V Bucks right now? I would like to make a
Mm.
transaction.
Overwatch. Hold on, I'm just looking it up to
Oh, man.
just be 100% sure. Fan art contest, hero design.
When stuff like
But yeah.
fan contest is always debatable. I think I've heard about
Yeah,
stuff like I've heard from, I think Monster Hunter did some of that as well, right? Where
Yeah, Monster Hunter just started their second round of that. Like they had the first one at launch and they're doing a second one for Iceborne.
How's the reception? The same?
Yeah, that's started the debate again. Like, hey, see my as an artist who was trained to also like to learn how the creative pipeline works. The way I see it is this: depending on what they're asking for, like if they say you have to do a 3D turnaround of your character design, then you better be fucking paying them, like, because that's a lot of work to do. But if you have like no minimum bar for quality to enter, then it's a little bit better, because I could draw like on a piece of maths paper, like a simple sketch and submit that, and they say, okay, yeah, we'll clean it. We like the idea. Now we're going to clean it up with our artists who are getting paid a salary.
Oh, you know what? That's a better angle for that. Just submit a rough sketch or something like that. Nothing too professional, and that as a contest. But it's
Yeah.
going to be hard to regulate what the line of, oh, this is a pro art. It's a bit murky, right? I like the idea, but yeah, it's all murky on how you execute it.
Okay, I have pulled up the prizes.
Hmm.
Grandmaster wins Blizzard Balance 80 USD.
Jeff Bucks.
Jeff Bucks, plus an Overwatch backpack, plus an Overwatch T-shirt,
Okay
plus a keychain.
Merch.
No, this is not acceptable.
Overwatch
80
Canberra's backpack.
80 Jeff Bucks and a backpack. What the shit? I bet it was like 100 Jeff Bucks and then they minus 20 for the backpack. Oh god. And then but if you get the most likes, you get a Diva backpack and nothing else. No Jeff Bucks for popularity. Likes cannot be converted into Jeff Bucks. Only Diva backpacks.
Okay, we now know the rate of conversion for likes to Jeff Bucks, which is 0 apparently. We should start a forex trading site for Jeff Bucks, you know. Sounds like a promising avenue.
Want me to create a cryptocurrency?
Bitcoin.
Jeff
That's
Bucks.
even better. Jeff
Jeff
Crypto.
Jeff
Oh no,
Bucks.
what you do is you create one currency for every class, and then how their value is related to their position in the meta. So if it's like, oh, tank meta, then tank bucks go up.
Buy. Sell. Each.
DPS goes down. Medic.
Man, the investors are creating crazy already patch notes every day. Patch notes, sell.
Also, the lowest prize tier is platinum, and you 5 winners who get 20 Jeff Bucks.
Blackjack.
No.
So,
It's still better than the Diva backpack.
Diva, yeah, well, the Diva backpack might actually look better than the regular Overwatch backpack, because you know Blizzard loves Diva.
Oh, those Diva.
Can we trust Blizzard with their merch?
Yes.
Okay.
They're not Bethesda.
Yeah,
I'm
that's not business lah.
that's all I'm going to ask. That's all the answer I wanted.
I mean, their shirt is pretty good.
Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
have someone already.
Ah.
We have someone
Yeah.
watching for that.
That's already a good.
It feels like tri-blend. The t-shirt they gave probably tri-blend, so it's good.
Try plan.
Yep. Also, speaking of Overwatch merch, though, they also brought in the Overwatch Nerf guns, so you can get Reapers, a single Reaper gun or
Whoa.
the Diva pistol.
Oh, you
Now,
mean the Diva power bank?
Yeah, I think it's bigger than the power bank because you know Nerf
Ah.
guns did but yeah, so if you wanna cosplay Overwatch, I forgot the price, but this is probably a good place to start, I guess, because if you're not into prop weapon making, you can always spray paint them for a more accurate paint job. Because of the Reaper one, I think is the white Reaper skin. Because I think they can't sell the black one because you know they
cannot.
need to have
Gun.
the orange. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my relationship with Overwatch, strained as it may be, which is a shame because I like what they're doing for the new year.
Do we want to mention it now?
Fuck me as well.
Just a lump sum it.
Yeah. So Chinese New Year, they always have like they do shit every year for Overwatch, right? I can't believe Overwatch has lasted this long, by the way.
Third year
4 years
already.
running.
Yeah, so
It's somewhat dying now because
Yeah.
okay, my experience okay. I want to play quick play. I wait like I don't know up to 3 minutes, and
What?
this is gold rank, by the way, competitive.
What? Imagine
I
bronze.
can wait in gold rank for like I don't know 3-4 minutes. That's how bad it is.
Wow.
Usually
Imagine
like 1
bronze.
minute.
There will be at least 10.
Back in
No,
my
bro,
day, queue only 10 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
That's 2016 talk lah. That's
And if you
2016.
use if you look at the bell curve, usually okay, gold and plat is the highest, let's say, percentage.
Mm.
So probably the fastest to get match in a match. So if you take like 3 to 4 minutes for this rank, means that not a lot of people playing.
Yeah lah. Imagine the bronze players. It will take
Oh
at least
my
10
God.
minutes.
Save
Yep.
like GM.
Make
GM
FIFA
can wait
God.
up to half an hour.
half an hour. Ooh.
Can you imagine you lose your ranking because you were busy making instant noodles while waiting for queue?
Match found. Oh shit.
You get booted for AFK while queuing.
The rare offense. You get in the match, and
Also, I just realized, since Blizzard doesn't put out many games, like Jeff Bucks are pretty much only for loot boxes.
that's why.
Unless you're suddenly gonna turn around and buy Warcraft 3 again. Like,
But I already have Warcraft 3 for free. So why? Why would I want to buy that?
Exactly. So yeah, Jeff Bucks just get you more loot boxes. So they can't even confirm. The guy who got 20 Jeff Bucks may get a better price than the guy who got 80 Jeff Bucks.
Ooh, that
Mm.
sucks.
Okay, speaking of that thing, what's the new deal with the Chinese New Year stuff? What's the content?
Oh yeah, sorry, we got sidetracked there, didn't we?
Side
Yeah.
swipe by Anan.
So every year they pay tribute to like Chinese culture. I can't remember what the first year was. The second year we had like the I call them the Beyblade animals, so I can't remember what the actual name is. So they had like the dragon, the phoenix, the tiger, the turtle. This year we get the greatest tribute to the greatest era of Chinese history, Dynasty Warriors.
Dynasty Warriors! I was thinking.
The Three
I-
Kingdoms era.
Definitely. Three Kingdoms, Dynasty Warriors. It's let's go time. Let's go.
We get Lubu Reaper and Guan Yu Reinhardt.
Freaking Lupu!
And Zhuge Liang Zenyatta.
God damn. That's some
And they actually
strong
changed
skins.
Reinhardt's. They actually changed Reinhardt's weapon to a Guandao.
Damn.
Mhm.
It's a rocket-powered Guandao, but yeah, I actually thought they were going to just keep it as a hammer and I was going to be like, how dare you? The weapon is named after him. How dare you? And then no, turns out it was a Guandao. Now my only hope is that they change his voice line because you know when he outs, he says hammer down.
Mhm.
I want him to say Guan down.
No. People complain. Trust me. People complain because they
Oh.
need the proper sound cue to counter the hammer down.
But there have been like
Mm.
unique cues, right?
Yeah,
Like the
yeah, yeah.
skins for
Yeah, plus,
Hanzo.
like you said, no one's playing.
Nobody knows.
No, if you go to competitive, they will complain. Trust me.
Understandably so lah, because of muscle memory stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
God,
that's the Overwatch power.
Overwatch.
Yep.
Okay,
Final
okay.
overpower.
I found a joke, Overwatch joke here. Okay. So
Okay, hit
if a
us.
McDonald's employee, or fast food employee asks, "Do you want a tracer?" Just reply, "I'm already tracer."
Okay.
That's the joke. Do you want a tracer? Just reply, "I'm already tracer."
Oh,
Aduh.
Anan, you lob it too hard. We can't catch it. We miss. But I
I'm on
appreciate
the
the
internet.
effort.
You throw the jungle and you
Would you like a
too far.
tracer?
Mm.
I have to admit that gets funnier every time you hear it.
Tracer. Okay.
Tracer.
Anyways, we interrupt this podcast for a PSA from Daniel. Presenting Daniel with State of the Daniel 2019.
Oh boy.
State of the Daniel
boy.
address.
This should be a personal vlog, you know. This is the sort of content that you should declare to your viewers.
Indeed. To your viewers. Hey
This-
guys, it's Dan here. Welcome you
It's Dan the man here.
welcome to our French vlog of the year.
No, you need an obnoxious name for your fandom as well. You need
Welcome to the Dead
Daniels,
Army.
yeah.
It's.
The Dan.
Dan this.
Oh boy.
Dan the man.
Aduh, I can't.
The dandies are strong. The dandies.
You know, Dandy is a Russian Nintendo knockoff.
Nintendo.
I thought
Uh,
I thought
Super behind it.
I thought of a Ukrainian Dota player, but sure.
I mean, his name is from that console.
Oh, he's
He played those things.
oh everything is related.
Mm.
So yeah, Daniel, your announcement, not clickbait.
So, not clickbait. So,
Story time, not clickbait.
right. So, guys, after being burned out from Fallout 76, Metal Gear Survive, and the crew, this year I will be buying any AAA games anymore. Insert the music here.
Yes.
I should put a sad song instead, like the
Yeah,
Yakuza
yeah,
song,
yeah.
sad song when the dramatic moment happens.
No, what you do, this is where you cut to like a slowed down version of the Fallout 76 trailer, tapi in black and white with like a sad cover of Country Road.
No, this
What was
technically
that?
about slow down.
Wait, was there a bad cover of Country Roads again? I forgot.
A sad cover, I think. A sad
That
cover.
cover.
No. I think I thought about putting a bad cover in case of things like this happen, but no. Maybe it's just me. I'll think about it. Okay, back to the story.
Harmonica
Maybe
cover.
play Sweet Little Lies.
Sweet little lies, baby, sweet little lies.
Oh boy, that's okay. We're treading into copyright territory right now.
Nyanyi lagu.
And I have to say, out of the 3 games, only one managed to be a review, which is
Yeah. It shows
from
how good they
Metal
are.
Gear. Metal Gear.
Mm.
Oh yeah, so why are you quitting AAA games, Daniel?
Do I even play them? That's my question. So besides for the next month, besides RE2, I'm not gonna get Kingdom 3. I'm not gonna get Metroid as well because I'm not really like Metro series in a way.
Metro Exodus, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not taking that. And Days Gone is basically State of Decay but PS4 version. So what's the point of buying AAA games where I can support the little boys and girls doing
So
good
what
work?
are you getting?
Interesting because that's
I mean,
also an interesting question because
I
I,
mean, you
don't
have-
know.
I mean, you have to plan for your AAA detox right now. You have to have a supplement, right, that will take place of these all games that you are not going to be playing or not you be suffering withdrawal syndrome. You don't want to get
Withdrawal.
into the Fallout 76 hole again, right?
No, I'm not going to. I can't even sell the disc. It's like $10. I can only get 10 ringgit for 36. That's how bad it is.
I'm just imagining like the scene from the first Iron Man movie where like he gets the reactor ripped out of his chest and he's like sick and on the floor like dragging himself to his lab to like get a new reactor.
Yeah.
I was imagining Daniel like that and he's like pulling out 76 like
Aduh.
So yeah, so
because yeah, like I said, because besides the games that they've been announced on E3, like forgot already the game that was announced on E3. See, AAA has made me forget about those smaller games titles. So, as an act of defiance, I won't be focusing on them anymore.
now we are sending Daniel out of the trash fire and into the small pastures
Into
of
the
the
bargain
indie.
bin. The bargain bin.
Well, bargain with it depends. You can find it at least you there's a chance of a gem. Trash fire, everything is on fire. Even the
Everything's on
gems.
fire.
Even the gems.
Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5 is trash. Blackout 4, tak payah cerita lah how bad
You
that
see
is.
what you've done? You see what you've done, AAA gaming industry. You broke this man. He gave Metal Gear Survive a chance when no one else would. He looked into the black abyss of Fallout 76's review scores and went, maybe I should test this out myself. You broke this man. You should,
I mean,
you should send the bill to Activision and Bethesda and Konami.
Give me $90 back each from each of you.
and Ubisoft as well. Oh boy. So yeah, that's the declaration. So expect more indie coverage from GamerMentors.com in the coming months to come. That's a bit redundant, but yeah, sure.
The coming months to come that are coming.
Yep.
And speaking of indie games coverage, let me just segue to my last point from the docket. I played this little new indie game, hot off the presses. Though I've already played like 1 week in advance. John Shafer's At the Gates.
Ooh.
So you can count by one hand the games that have the creator's name on the title. Tom
One.
Clancy.
Two.
Sid Meier's. Do you count Hideo Kojima? A Hideo Kojima game. It's on the box.
No.
It's on the box. But
No.
so yeah, you can count it on one hand. All of the games with people's title. Tony
Getting
Hawk.
over it was Bennett Foddy.
Bennett 40. Okay lah, PlayerUnknown's lah, but who cares about that? We just mentioned it like
He's
that.
unknown.
He's unknown.
He's unknown and he copied Fortnite. Gotta get him out of here.
So John Shafer, for those who do not know, he was the lead designer of Civilization 5. So now you can see the connection here. This is a 4X strategy game. But just like Civilization 5, at that time, Civilization is like a very standard game where only a few tweaks of the rules were introduced from each game. But by Civ 5, a lot of the the traditional values of the game was uprooted and was changed for the betterment of the game, despite some upheaval from core fans at the time. So like they changed from a 4-tile game into a hexagon-based game, like for Civ 5. So there's a lot of changes that he made as a developer there, as a designer. Now he moves on to his own company. He made his own team, an indie game, and it started developed like from 2012. It was a Kickstarter game. It was in the heydays when Kickstarter games are all the rage. He got that game developed, and it took 7 years. Ouch!
Ow.
And
Long.
it's long, and apparently he divulged information on what happened, and apparently he suffered from, when you are a one-man team, you are the only boss of yourself, and when things happen, you have to save yourself from it. So he suffered from he had to take medications, and he suffered from a lot of like personal issues. He had a blog post revealing all of them, and it really tells you a scary story of the the negatives of being alone as an indie developer, because no one is going to catch you if you fall. But goodness gracious, he managed to salvage what happened. He released the game. So to explain the game, it's simple. Roman is at the collapse. Basically 400 AD. You would now have two Roman empires, like the Western and the Byzantines, Eastern, right? You play as the barbarians. One of the 10 barbarian tribes waiting at the gates of Rome to take over Rome. So that's the gist of the story.
Oh, okay.
So
So you're not playing as the Romans then?
no, you are taking over the Romans. So apparently, imagine Civ 5. The barbarians are basically the neutral enemy, the pesky enemies that don't matter. Now you are playing as them. That's the mentality lah. It's a good change of idea, because the whole thing is still a 4X game. You still have to manage a city, well, sort of, and you have to manage resources. You have to gather resources. You have units to control. So it plays like a 4X game, but a lot of the concepts are changed. One, you cannot found more than one city. You only have that one settlement, that one tent that you can carry. You can pack your bags and move it around. So you can claim your territory as you move along, because the whole game is about taking over Rome. But the thing is, you need to find Rome first, and the whole map is procedural generated. So you have to wander around to the west side of the map or the east side of the map while scavenging for resources. And at the early game, you cannot find resources. You can only scavenge for resources at a finite amount. So when it runs out, you have to find new resources. So that's why you have to pack your bags and move along the map, finding new places.
That's interesting.
So that's one. And you cannot find cities. You can move that one city, and you don't create you don't create just units, but you have to manage clans. So basically, human resource is a thing here, and the amount of human resource you have is what you have to train them into the different professions. So instead of, I want one unit of soldier right now, so I click here, click here, click here. Instead, you have to assign a person, a clan, to be a soldier, train them, and then he becomes a unit that you can control. But the clans are basically what the game says. the roguelike elements that is added to the genre, because each clan have traits. Some are positive, some are negative, some are just something that you have to consider when assigning your roles, because
Oh boy.
some of the weird ones, like, oh, this guy is disfigured, so you can't put him into social professions where you have to communicate with each other. So you can't have him a disfigured trader. You cannot have him to be the master of ceremony, something like that. It's cool, small stuff like that lah. And then, like, oh, they have like they like a profession in this type, so they are farmers by trade. They do not want to work as non-farmer work, something like that. And then things get crazier because some of them have like traits where they might get into fight with each other, and when they are feuding, you have to solve it by punishing one of the clans. And when you have to punish a clan, that clan will be, oh, this is how you treat us, huh? Okay then, mood goes down. So they have penalties because of that. It's a lot of systems, and I think on paper it sounds all good. Unfortunately, it has issues. It has issues. This game, is understandably has issues. One thing, the diplomacy is non-existent. You can contact with other tribes and also the Roman Empire when you found them, eh? But the only interaction you can have right now at the game as of release, you can ask to make an alliance or declare war, but you cannot make an alliance uh, until you manage to get more leverage. And from what I've discovered, there's no way to get the leverage up. I think it'll be added in a post launch update. So you can basically just declare war. And when I declare war, apparently I cannot figure out how to wipe the other tribes out of the game, because somehow, I don't know, I think it's a bug or something, but I cannot capture the settlement or make it disappear. It will just be there, which is, this is a bummer. And then there's
Wait, did you say that? Oh no, so go on your thing first. Yeah.
And then there's issues in the interface. There's one cool thing about the interface though. You have tooltips, but inside the tooltips, you can also highlight certain text to open another tooltip. So you can just keep on opening tooltip upon tooltip. So basically, you can read a wiki from there just by just highlighting keywords. And yes, it works when you recursively select the same things over and over again. The window pop-ups keeps on popping up, but it does not tank. It remembers all of the window pop-ups you open. That's cool. But the rest looks iffy lah. It really looks iffy. The trade screen looks iffy. Like buttons, like buy and sell buttons, do not stick at the position they should stick. So when I keep on mashing sell item, sometimes the sell item button move to the left, move to the right. No, come on. That's not it. And also the game is very slow. It takes a lot of time. Like even longer than the Civilization 5 game. It is a time-consuming experience. I only managed to finish one game. It took like 564 turns to win.
Bro.
And for comparison, a full game of Civilization 5 is capped at 500 at normal speed. This game does not have a quick speed or something like that. So basically, I had to endure. I mean, the game is designed for you to win. The rest of the enemies, they are not competing with you. So the game, you will always win if you persevere. But man, if you took the wrong route, you will suffer like me lah. 564 and counting. Like 25 turns is just me waiting until the turn timer finish. Because there's a win condition where you have to wait for 25 turns for something to kick in. So yeah, that's at the gates.
I have to ask. You said the you can't get leverage, and it might come in a future update. Does that mean like there's going to be Art of the Deal DLC?
I would not. How do you put it? Even in Civilization games, they do that sort of things. Like I think Beyond the Sword was one of the expansions for Civilization 4, which adds spies. I mean, Beyond the Swords, espionage. So yeah, I think for now, wait for the game to be updated or something like that. I don't think I would recommend the game at launch right now, even though it's pretty cheap, like 51 ringgit. Presentation is okay. The watercolor aesthetic looks nice. The song, one of the song, there is one song, the theme song, and it's written by a composer from Civilization 6. It's also good, but it's barely there. It's a podcast listening game, which is why I have been catching up in a lot of content outside of dia.log, the Gaming Matters podcast.
So, listeners, you know what you have to do. Listen to this episode while playing the game
Yep.
Yep.
and write it in the comments. Say this game goes great with dia.log, the Gaming Matters podcast.
Mm-hmm. So there you
Don't
go.
forget to link to our iTunes link. And
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on for future updates because this game have potential, but right now it's a bit iffy here and there. But hey, it's a one-man job, and I'm still glad he managed to pick himself up and got this game to be shipped after all these years.
mm-hmm.
Daniel, do you have something to say, or we want Anan to talk about something?
Just to,
Come again?
I don't like roboting game.
Yeah, you are roboting
Aman.
again. Okay, we are
Yeah.
moving on. Mm-hmm.
Wait, now?
Okay.
Now, okay. Something wrong there. See, one thing I don't like is smart TVs. They take up internet like crazy
Mm-hmm.
because they are smart TVs. They have to be connected to the internet so that you can watch, YouTube or Netflix or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they also have this thing called auto update, which means let's
Over the
say
air.
Wow.
oh yeah, over the air they will have auto update. So let's say shop. Oh, we have an update that you can go for 40k or 40k lah, 4k whatever.
Someone
You-
say 40k.
Oh no, we are opening the corner of the room. Close the
No,
door.
no, 4k.
Close the door. Okay, open it a little.
Yeah, the thing they have this update like for 4k or whatever, and then it will like ruins because every time they update to a new firmware, it will reset all of my options. Like I don't like stuff like animation spooding or all because it's terrible and it makes movie terrible as well. So they keep resetting up to okay. So you want mono audio with smooth sailing? All right. I don't understand why you want what.
Okay, continue. There was
Uh,
a robotic hiccup here and there.
See,
Is the smart
The-
TV
the-
taking over you?
is the smart TV downstairs trying to make me not shit talk him.
Or probably is having the OTA already. The over the air update taking away bandwidth.
God damn it! See, this is why I really don't like smart TVs. They just take up like a lot of my data of the Wi-Fi and all. I mean,
I have a theory, right?
yeah.
I have a
What's your
theory.
theory?
They intentionally take away your settings and give you the shittiest possible settings, so you think the TV is broken, and then you buy a new one. Part of the deal.
Yeah, yeah. I think that theory might be possible.
Part of the
it's
deal, man.
Out of the deal. God damn. Every time, every week, I have to reset. You don't have to restart. We reset it for you. Yeah.
That sounds unpleasant.
Unpleasant. Okay. So Anan, what are you wishing for?
Silence of the Anan.
Anan. I guess you're not wishing for anything.
Yeah, I'm wishing for MetroExodus.
Oh. But
I
knowing
hope
our
200.
yeah, but knowing our horoscope for the year, yeah, that'll be tough.
if we can get review codes, probably good.
There needs to be a special games journalist horoscope. Like, you will get no review codes this year.
Damn it. I'm a big
Mm.
fan of the Metro series. I've been playing the 2033. Is it? Yeah, Metro
2033.
2033, and then Metro Last Light, and then I've read
Oh.
the novels, so I'm pretty invested
Do you have
into the
no?
franchise.
Do you have normal English here?
Yeah,
In
yeah, novel.
English.
Yeah.
Translated.
Cool.
Because I already found the Russian, but I can't read Russian.
But the novel is originally in Russian, but then translated to English. But then you find the sentence and the structure is kind of weird because it's from a Russian context.
Oh, it's
So it's
mistranslated too.
it's not something like, okay, oh, I read Rick Riordan or Margaret Peterson Haddix. No, it's not that style. It's a Russian style story. So pretty stoic, pretty grim. Yeah.
Oh, Tolstoy.
Wait,
this
Anan,
style.
if you want a free copy of Metro Exodus, there's only one thing you can do in a modern democracy like today. You have to do an open letter. So we will give you the floor, 5 minutes. You have to make your case and hope that the developers hear this and send you one.
What should
Nice.
Anan get?
So-
Metro Exodus 20 months.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Show
may
working.
open now.
Your work progress.
3, 2, 1, go.
Nah, I have no idea for now. I need
Oh.
some time to compose.
Typical Anan.
Okay, wait. Then I will make an open letter for you.
Take it away.
Hi, insert developer here.
What, 4A games, right?
So,
For Alien, Deep Silver publish.
so we hear that Metro Exodus is coming out soon, and we know, based on the fact that you know the world of Metro Exodus is very grim, the importance of happiness in the real world, and nothing would make Anan happier than a copy of Metro Exodus. Not for free. He will review this game for you, but he would just like you to know that it's not going to be like a normal review copy where he's going to be like, oh, I have to finish this game by the end of the day so I can get a review out. No, he will review this with love. He will put aside his master's project while he reviews Metro Exodus. And I think, most importantly, we get a happy Anan out of this.
And everyone loves a happy
So-
Anan.
Yeah.
So please email the code to hi@GiveAnanMetroExodus.
And that's hi
Yeah.
at gameofmelaya.my.
And scene. Open letter completed.
Send tweet.
Send tweet. Alexa, send tweet. So I guess we should go on to the news, unless Anan has anything else to mention about Metro.
Yeah, I'm really interested in the weapon customization.
Oh yeah, they showed
See,
that
he's really
trailer.
interested in the weapon customization.
It's glorious. Okay, it's glorious.
Is it something like Crisis did, or how did it?
Even better. Okay.
Oh
so-
yes!
Okay, let's say you have a basic pistol. Okay, so you have the pistol receiver. And then you can add a better stock, and then convert from a revolver to a SMG.
Oh yeah!
Add a longer barrel.
Yo!
And add on a scope, a light, laser, anything.
Okay, can we
Mm,
put
weird.
gun porn as a new category? Because
Yes.
this sounds like it.
And then for shotgun you have single barrel shotgun, then you update quad barrel shotgun at the
What?
stock, something.
Quad.
Okay, I don't even like guns, and quad barrel shotgun is sexy. Oh my. I think
Everybody.
I'm not wearing pants.
Man, this is Peggy 18 stuff here, man.
Whew,
Oh
panas.
boy. Man, okay, now I'm interested in Metro because the last thing I saw about it is that it has a map that sort of looks like a Far Cry 2 map. And it's
yeah.
double-sided. We
Flipboard-
can see the
flipboard
objectives. It's a tangible map, if for those who do not know. It's a tangible map, but the map itself is like video gamey lah. So that's cool. Right. We shall move on then.
I guess we're moving on to the news. So our first big news story of the day is not a happy one.
Ooh, this is a long, good story. Well, not good as in the outcome is good.
Yeah.
But still.
So, you know, if you've been on the internet, you've probably heard these four letters, the DMCA. They're never associated with anything good. Usually, they're used fraudulently and stuff. But here's a use for the DMCA. Casting a DMCA on your own game to get money back from your publisher because your publisher ripped you off. Is that the gist of the story, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So the studio we are talking about is Ammobox Studios. They are a local, as in Malaysian developer, and they've made this indie game called Eczema Sees the Frontline, an FES/RTS hybrid.
Everyone
was
say hybrid.
Real-time shooter.
Real-time shooter.
It's a real-time shooter and strategy, first-person strategy. No, that's not good. But yeah, apparently they signed up with this shady looking publisher, which we now know as very shady. But at the time they sound from what they said at the Reddit, there's a long Reddit post about it. And they explained that from the discussions they had with the publisher, it sounds okay until it doesn't. A lot of the sales they did not get the cut they deserve, they promise. So what they do is they DMCA their own Steam store, sort it out with Steam, and now they got it back. So now the game is on Steam store, is self-published by Ammobox. They got all the cut, they got all the access, and the most importantly, they got all the money that from sales afterwards lah, because they've missed a lot of they've made like several sales before, from discounts and packs. They made some holiday theme packs, something like that. Most of the money they did not see, and as an indie startup, that hurts a lot. And so yeah, it's good news that they managed to wrangle up, they managed to do an unprecedented move using DMCA like this
For good.
for good this
Good
time.
one.
But yeah, I hope something happens to this publisher, because yeah, this cannot stand.
Yeah, and even in the Reddit post down there, if you, I'll link it to the description or something like that. But just look for DMCA Ammobox Studios lah. You will see down there are a few of the respondents who are also indie developers that publish under this shady UK publisher, and apparently they also reported the same case of not getting payments. It's weird stuff.
Quick update on that one.
Uh-huh.
That UK publisher actually closed down in November 2018. It disappeared completely, basically.
Oof.
Oof.
Could Joel now have been this publisher?
Probably.
Oh. Makes you think. You can't see it. I'm tapping my forehead right now.
For the audio listeners out there, we remember you. I mean, even the video listeners cannot see. We'll get there somewhere later down the road. Don't worry. But yeah.
So, I guess the anonymous assorted headlines. Ace Combat 7 has the best doggo. But some people say the writing's a bit two-dimensional. Because he's a JPEG, he's a solid JPEG image.
Technically a PNG lah, ping, but yeah, JPEG dog.
Yeah.
JPEG dog is the name right now. It's the SEO approved name.
Yeah.
And for
JPEG dog.
and for those who haven't seen, go check out that reaction video of someone discovering that the dog in picture in a cutscene, in a melodramatic cutscene of an S Combat 7 scene, it's just a picture of a dog. It's just a
It's just a
picture.
static picture. To be fair, model dogs are expensive. Like modeling and rigging a dog is expensive.
And it's just used for
Yeah.
that one moment only. So it's
Yeah, for that one moment only.
But the best thing, it blends into the strange real. This is a strange real dog.
Well, did you guys forget COD Advanced Warfare?
No, screw the motion capture. We have JPEG dog, JPEG dog rules.
No, but you see, at least Advanced Warfare, the
Advanced
dog
dog
appears.
model.
It appears multiple points in the game. This is just for that one shot. You pay all that money for dog motion capture, and anyways, moving on. The Westworld mobile game is shutting down.
Remember the Fallout game we talked about where Fallout it sued the Westworld
Oh yeah, where
mobile game.
because they found their own bug, the most Bethesda thing that could happen.
Yes, that's why I bring it up because we talked about it.
That game's too broken to be to have been made by you.
Mm.
And apparently they settled out of court, and now Westworld Mobile is shutting down.
Big
Rip.
oof.
Well,
Just imagine your game are so broke that you can make it a signature so that other people can find
that
someone
is
using your code.
that is still mind-boggling until this day.
Forza Horizon 4 new update adds Mitsubishi cars, remove some dancing emotes. Bring back the dancing cars. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Can the cars floss? Can the
yeah.
The problem
Well-
is about that thing is that most of the news picks up on the dancing emotes being removed because it involves a Fortnite lawsuit. Because people are suing Fortnite for dancing emotes right now. So Forza Horizon 4 took the preemptive step by removing the questionable emotes from the game, which is unfortunate.
Did they have the Carlton?
Yes,
Yep, that's the
one of them is a Carlton.
Not the Carlton.
Yeah.
It's
Oh.
Forza.
But screw that! Evo's coming back! Mitsubishi's are back! Evo, baby! That's the thing! That's the biggest thing! Evo are coming back!
That it's a good trade-off for some dumbass dance move for
I-
the most legendary cars.
I would
Good trade-off.
sacrifice legally or questionable emotes for more Evos. Thank you very much.
Can you add a siren to the top? There can be police
Yeah,
evil.
yeah, can.
You can make a
Yes.
police Evo livery, man. Like the Malaysian police car, which was at one time using a rebadged Lancer Evo. You can make that. Probably you can have a siren horn. Or pretend the Windows XP horn is a police siren. So that's the whole story. I just want to say that Evos are back.
Yeah,
Good trade-off,
evils
really.
are back, baby.
Good trade.
Good trade. Definitely a trade up.
There's no better way to say this. Bungie and Activision are no longer friends.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
But Mama Baji
So
Mama Maji gets to keep my baby Destiny.
Yeah.
and Bungie got to keep Destiny in the divorce. People keep saying like, oh, the evil Activision has been defeated. Like, okay, first off, nah. Destiny 2 isn't gonna magically become a better game.
No, it's not. But the big thing here is that if Destiny still sucks, you know it's from Bungie.
Blame Bungie.
You know you have to blame Bungie for that. No way the Halo shield are off and it won't be recharging.
Yep. Now it's we're going combat evolve style.
Oh no, the health pickups. Oh no.
So Alien Blackout was announced, and it's a mobile game starring Amanda Ripley.
Uh,
Drop.
Do you guys not have phones?
No.
I mean, the problem was hyping it up as an Amanda Ripley game, which made a lot of people, convinced that this is going to be the follow-up to Alien Isolation, i.e., one of the best horror games in 2014. It's not.
Reminds me of when PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale got a sequel, but it was a mobile game.
They got a sequel?
Wait, it did?
It didn't. It was under the brand, but it was a cross promotional tie-in. So it was like Nathan Drake Dorito Run or something like that.
Oh, those things. Man,
Yeah.
would it be a weird timeline to see PS All Stars Battle Royale as a thing when Battle Royale is another thing?
Yeah, Tencent would not have liked that. Thank you, Fallout. No, thank you,
Fortnite. Thank you,
Thank you,
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
Let's stay on brand, please.
Yeah. Next thing, H Bomber guy streams Donkey Kong for charity. So he did was it 24 hours or
Yeah,
longer than
24
that?
hours.
Yeah,
24 hours, 101%. Right.
Oh yeah, platformer.
For which
of-
Donkey Kong was it? Donkey Kong 64? Was it?
Yeah, 64.
Of course, that one. the game that literally almost broke the collectathon genre.
Yep. He did it all for trans rights charities. So many people are upset about that. To which I say, fuck them. Good
Yeah,
on you,
pretty
H
much.
Bomber guy. I wanted to tune into the thing, but I was like dead all weekend, so I couldn't tune in. Our next story is Soldier Watch 2K19. So
Wait.
last we left.
No. Now that I think of it, is it Soldier Watch is the brand for the watch rather than a pun for? That's
Probably.
God damn.
What's he gonna do? Sue us? That'd be awfully hypocritical of him to sue us.
Okay, let's get it on, shall we? I'm in pain.
So last we checked, he was getting sued over the Soldier game consoles by Nintendo because he thought Nintendo wouldn't sue him. So he had to take down the console. Well, he has returned. Unlike his musical career, he has returned with another console. I don't know what it's called, but he says you'll be able to play Fortnite on it. You know who doesn't say you can play Fortnite on it? Epic Games.
Correction. DualShockers asked Epic Games about this, and the statement is as follows. No, you can't play Fortnite on a rooted or jailbroken device due to anti-cheat measures. So no Fortnite on a Soldier Boy console.
Soldier Boy's a cunt.
Dan oopsie.
Oh yeah, and should be the last headline for the day.
Yeah, that's the last headline. And now because I couldn't think of a headline we could do because again news is mostly depressing nowadays. So I decided to look outside of the realm of video games. I've written here secret final headline. I want someone to click on this link and read the headline.
Video watchers will be in for a surprise in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I have no courage to read this aloud.
Okay. Man injects 18 doses of semen into arm to cure back pain. Ends up in hospital. Why do you think about that, huh?
So it's like BioShock, you know, because you have Adam. Like Adam is like undifferentiated cells, and sperm cells make more cells. You know, it makes sense. The science checks out.
Checks out.
I mean, that sort of science makes your hand glow in a weird way and combust.
So, I'd like to point out, this isn't a one-time thing.
What?
He injected semen into his arm every month for 18 months.
What?
Oh no.
The patient instead complained of severe sudden onset lower back pain, having lifted a heavy steel object 3 days beforehand. During his checkup, the doctor found a patch of red swelling on his right forearm, after which the man admitted he'd been injecting himself with his own semen using a hypodermic needle he purchased online. A needle has he been reusing? Oh.
Oh no.
This
God
time
damn.
around, he had injected 3 doses of semen, entering both his blood vessels and his muscles.
Why?
So you may be wondering, what happens when you inject your arm with semen? The swollen region grew and hardened around the area on his arm where he'd injected his semen, and an X-ray revealed an area of trapped air beneath the man's skin. The doctors immediately hospitalized the patient, treating him with an intravenous antimicrobial therapy. After the patient's back pain improved, he discharged him. Discharged, get it, 'cause semen.
So, wait, let me get this. He has back pains because he put his own junk into his system. That's it. Are you serious?
I don't think it was because of that. I think it's more like he's just. Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Pretty much, he was like, my back hurts, and this is what I'm thinking, right? So he's jerking off, right, and then his back hurts because he's got chronic back pain, and he's like, he finishes, and he's like, oh, I need to do something about this back pain. And he looks at the semen, looks at the back, and goes,
Oh my god.
Yeah, so that's
Biohacking
a
gone
thing.
wrong.
Regret though, JPEG.
Damn.
The BioShock, do PSA, do not try BioShock at home. That's the public service announcement from dia.log, the Game Matters podcast. And on
Would
that
you
note,
kindly not inject yourself?
On the plus side, though, you know how, like, when you were 13 and stuff, they said, like, if you jerk off, like, oh, there was that guy who got his hand pregnant, like, all that kind of stuff. We've proven medically impossible, because if anyone was gonna get their hand pregnant, it'd be the guy with 18 doses of spunk in his arm.
Oh my god.
I'm
Anyways,
breathless.
this has been an episode of dia.log. I guess we're shilling now. If you like this,
What about the thumbnail?
thumbnail.
Thumbnail, and please, I would have to ban any sort of content related to the secret last topic of the day.
No spoilers,
BioShock topic.
Because essentially the thumbnails are spoilers for dia.log without context.
Yeah, so we can put like just one BioShock spoiler, just
Okay, a BioShock reference probably can.
Those the hand that you about to put in the Adam whatever.
yeah. We need to have, the friendship ended with something meme, but with Daniel and
Daniel and Triple A.
Friendship and the Triple A.
yeah.
TVs and Triple A.
That
We could just have the text there, just like friendship ended with Triple A. Indies are my new best friend, and then you can put the Overwatch logo is like an X on it.
the Overwatch is an X. The BioShock should put injecting something is an X.
And make a gold
And-
coin with Jeff Kaplan face.
Oh,
yeah,
Jeff
Jeff
Bucks. No, the
Jeff
the
Bucks.
Overwatch is the Jeff Bucks.
Yeah,
The
Jeff Bucks.
Overwatch logo, just put in Jeff's face in the middle.
Yeah, Jeff should be on there. Okay.
And what else did we do?
There was a mention about honkers or something. No, Marie Rose punching something.
Marie Rose fighting a giant robot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it would fit the format, but I'll try and flex as much as I can.
We'll figure something out, and then
Well,
if there's room for like any signs in the background, is just hashtag GiveAnanMetroExodus.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. So shilling time.
So, yeah, shilling time. So, hi, I'm on Twitter at Wammerl, Facebook, Cruise Crusader Wammerl, Patreon Wammerl. I don't know if I showed this last episode, but I've started doing behind the scenes blog posts for some of my paintings because some of them have weird backstories behind them. So maybe you should sub to my Patreon and get access to those. Or maybe not, whichever. I don't really care. Daniel.
You can follow me on Twitter at Flaky. That's FL4KY underscore. And what? Oh yeah, we have the Daytona 24 hours this week. So don't sleep, man.
The
Watch cars
real
go
Daytona
around
24
for all
hours.
day
You should play Donkey Kong 64 while watching the Daytona.
while watching the run and get like $0.01.
Mm-hmm.
Anan? Okay.
Hashtag
Meck?
give Anan Metro.
GiveAnanMetroExodus. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Give me Metro, please.
Yes.
Order pending. Report to boss. I will forward the inquiry until further notice. And I have been Amirul Mekronos Ashraf. As mentioned, we've done coverage for John Shafer's At the Gates. The full review is live now on GiveAnanMetroExodus.com. Expect more indie games coverage in the coming months. Really, because that's where the opportunity lies right now from our side. But don't worry, we'll talk about AAA games on the
Also-
side. Maybe.
Also, $60 games are expensive.
We are broke this year, by the way.
Unless you give us money to continue doing this sort of content, and we will oblige. But for now, we'll do our stuff in our own way. But stay tuned. Don't worry. We'll get there eventually. We'll get to covering full coverage of AAA games in the near future. But right now, what you can do is, if you like what you are hearing from dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast, share it around. I'm not going to say about like and subscribe. It's okay if you don't, but just let people know that this is a thing you can listen to while doing something else, like playing John Schaefer's at the gates or something like that. And as always, let us know if you like to see any improvements, or you have something to say. The comments are all open. So that has been dia.log, the Gamer Matters podcast. And hey, have a great day, everyone.
Okay. Alright, happy Chinese New Year.
Bye, guys.
Moving to the deep. Can you feel the heat when the tigers kiss the street? He gives me what I need. One more when it's I feel the need for speed. Step back into tracing. He gives me what I need. One more when it's Racing. Oh yeah. Racing slow with racing.
Don't touch it.
Shut up.
And that's the end.